What's going on, guys? Thank you for watching. My name is Mark. This is Big Critique. Okay, so as the title states, I went wedding venue hopping today. My fiance or wife-to-be, or however you want to call it, she is out of town working, and so I went with my future in-laws, whoever I think I just saw enter this room. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining. Anyway, went wedding venue hopping today in Brooklyn, New York, at Long Island and Queens, actually. I should have specified that first. Anyway, this is what I learned after going to a few venues today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called KY jelly. This is what you should use when you do this, if you haven't experienced planning a wedding yet. Because this is lubrication, right? This is what this is. And so what happens is when you go wedding venue hopping, what they do is they get you in a room. They bring you coffee. They bring you dessert or whatever they can offer you, and they bend you over, right? Take your wallet, all your credit cards, and then they do this to your behind, like that. That's what they do to you. See, the hole's so tight it's hard to get in. So what you should do is you should bring this to prevent rectal bleeding. That's what you should do, because that shit's fucking expensive as hell. That's my experience with wedding planning, guys. Ouch. Shit's expensive. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, you could do it cheap and blah, blah, blah. Of course you could. You could do a destination wedding and all that, but it all ends up being money. I went to 3 different venues today. I will say, though, I took video of this. I took some vlog footage. I will post at a later date. I have to collect it and put it together in one track, obviously. So anybody on here is, from Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, and New York City. I checked out today. We checked out Crest Hollow. We checked out Elite Palace in Queens, some Russian spot or whatever. And then we also checked out Russo's on the Bay in Howard Beach. So my critique on all of these 3 places: Russo's on the Bay, nicest grounds. So Crest Hollow, for those of you who don't know, it's a country club in Long Island. I think it's by Westbury, if I'm not mistaken. They have tremendous grounds, and it's a country club, so it's rather nice. They have a pool and all that. However, my issue with Crest Hollow is that the rooms look rather antiquated, in my opinion. They don't look very modern at all. The carpeting looks rather old, unfortunately. Not to say that we're not going to book them if the price is right. Who's going to look at the floors anyway? Right? Who's going to give a shit? My other concern for them is definitely the food. So when you're planning, when you go to a wedding, when you get to your late 20s, early 30s, you've been to enough weddings where you know how this is going to work. Your cocktail hour, 70 to 80% of the time, is probably the highest chance you have of getting a decent quality meal in. And it's not because your friends chose shitty fucking food venues, because nobody does that on purpose. And it's not because your friends cheapened out. Nobody does that. Everybody wants their wedding to be spoken about afterwards of oh, we had so much fun and the food was fucking fantastic. Because, again, after you've gone to enough weddings, you learn real quick that it's not so easy to get a decent entree at a wedding. And I will just say that that's because they're cooking for a large amount of people at once. And it's not so simple to do that. It's not so simple to maintain a high quality of food for a good price in that quantity. It's just not, from all the weddings that I've been to. For some reason, cocktail hour, maybe because it's more fresh somehow. I don't know. I don't really know how that ends up it works, but cocktail hour usually ends up having the tastier or more decent of foods if a wedding is going to have decent food in general. Anyway, so Crest Hollow just came off to me as a place where food would all be pretty generic and wouldn't be impressed by anything or whatever. So what I've learned is that, and I'm sure a lot of you watching probably already know this, when you go wedding planning, you'll end up wanting something early in the summer, so June, May, June-ish, late May, early June. to end of summer, because otherwise it's really fucking hot outside. Nobody wants to deal with sweating in a tux or a dress or whatever, right? So there's that. So anyway, at least where we went, all three places for Saturday night weddings, for between 100 and 150 people, all came out to around the same 30 to 35,000. That's what it is. That's what it is in New York City planning a wedding, right? So that's why I say, people, when you go in there, be prepared, get that lube ready, and bend over and give your credit cards, debit cards, or cash, whatever you want. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, Crest Hollow, they did have some benefits. The grounds are very nice. There's tons of good pictures to be taken. But, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, and not to say that we're going to do this, because my fiance is probably going to want legit pictures. But you really want to skip out and like, you know, take pictures or whatever of you know, with really nice backgrounds. I tell you what you do. You get a bunch of people in front of a green screen. You go to Amazon.com. You buy a green screen for I don't know, $100. You get a bunch of your friends in front of the green screen. You take pictures. You send them. You take pictures or video. And you send them my way, and for a fee, I will green screen you onto whatever background you want. And so there you have it. I don't know if you can do that with pictures. I'm sure you could, though. I've never done it before, but you do it with videos, though. So it's the same principle. We all have decent phones now. Take a picture or a video and fucking send it my way, and you will have it. You will have yourselves wherever you want in your wedding attire. You know, you can green screen yourself anywhere. It'd be great. It's not so complicated to do either. You know, the reality of my fiance being okay with that, probably not, because everybody wants the experience of, you know, taking a picture by a waterfall. Anyway, so that's my critique on Crest Hollow. If anybody gives a shit, it's nice. I definitely, like, they offered us a tasting. You know, when I asked. By the way, I don't know how many people do this when wedding shopping, but because of how many weddings I've been to, I definitely ask for food tastings. I don't know if that's being anal retentive or whatever the case may be. I don't really give a fuck. Because, like, listen, if I'm dropping all this money, me and my fiance are dropping all this money, then, like, I want to know that we're going to enjoy the food and our guests are going to enjoy the food, and the likelihood of someone leaving sick is lower by some degree. Like, I really want to know that. So I don't know how many people ask for food tastings. And I don't know how beneficial it's going to be, because, like, when they cook for 5 people, it's going to be a lot different than when they cook for 100 to 150 people, and I get that. But whatever, I still want to try it out. I want to see what we're in for to some degree. The other place we went to, Elite Palace. Google it. It's somewhere in Queens. It's nice. Nothing special. Love the menu there. Russian spot. Love the menu there. And for the amount of people, it was sort of similar, same $30,000 to $35,000 price range, whatever. Food, seats, everything, you know. When I say 35, I'm talking about for like 150 people, so it comes out to like $250, $260 a person, because it's like, so for those of you who don't know, when you go wedding planning, you're paying for the seat, but you're also paying generally like some sort of an admin fee. And then usually some sort of a sales tax. And there's like a whole bunch of other bullshit that they find ways to add on. This is just wedding planning, you know? And so, like, it was okay. It was nothing like that impressive, whatever. So Russo's on the Bay. I think the grounds are fucking lovely. I think they're absolutely delightful. They're probably... No, they're around the same price. I'm trying to think if I would actually book them. We might. I don't know. I have to take my fiance there. I like them a lot. The reality is, though, when it comes to food from there, we saw a little bit of it. Listen, as my name is, I'm very, very critical of good food. Very critical. And I've been to enough weddings to know that we can all do better food-wise at our weddings. All of us can. The food that they had there looked standard, nothing too special. So if they let us cater from somewhere else, there's a good chance, like a legit restaurant, there's a very, very good chance we'll book. I don't know. But So all these points, when push comes to shove, if we're going to spend 30 to 35,000 on a wedding anyway, the issue with Russo's on the beach, while they really do have beautiful grounds and a beautiful facility, I thought it was very nice. Maybe other people have different opinions on it. I'm sure it's not the nicest. It's not like a country club where they have this like extravagant, like tremendous grounds. But you know, they're a decent size for the amount of space that they have. They're sitting by a body of water. You know, harbor, I guess you could say. Yeah. Anyway, what's cool about Russo's on the Bay is there's an elevator, which I'll post a video that I took of everything, the vlog. The little elevator that you could come out from in the ballroom, and it's like nice to enter that way, whatever. For no extra fee, it's included in the seats, in the seat pricing, which is nice. And then what else is there? So it's a very nice place. It looks very modern, which is very, very nice. It's kind of one of the things that we're looking for. The other place that we went to, not today, it was like one of the first places we looked at. It was Metropolitan on McDonald Avenue, and like Avenue X. Very, very nice facilities, like indoor. Rooms are very nice, whatever. $30,000 to $35,000 price range. Food, I saw the food because they had a service that was coming up. Looked fantastic. Wasn't even really concerned. It's a Russian spot, Russian Jewish, I think. So that's all really good. But as far as we're concerned, if it's all going to be in the same $30,000 to $35,000 price range, first of all, we're definitely considering, doing a Sunday wedding instead of a Saturday. Because why not? If it's easier on us, why not? So we might choose Metropolitan, simply because the other thing that we're considering when planning for a wedding is the convenience factor for everybody. Metropolitan is definitely an Uber away for a lot of people that I know, and yeah, it's it's a 5-10 minute Uber from us and a lot of other people. So it's just like the convenience is definitely there. When you plan something out Long Island, you have to plan rides for people, and it's a big pain in the ass. And it might be worth it. I don't know that it is. Who knows? Anyway, guys, that is my big critique on what I'm planning for today. It's a pain in the ass. So get some lube. I'm going strong. KY strong for wedding planning. Goodbye, guys. Good luck. Oof.